Hey everyone, hope they're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We'll work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinion as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these sectors, topics, looking for investment opportunities and sharing those opportunities to everyone in the community. We do have a Q&A session coming up Sunday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. If you're interested in joining and attending, it is a Zoom call. Those also get recorded and uploaded to the website for later viewing if you can attend. Special coupon code if you'd like to join. It can be applied to both the monthly and yearly memberships. All right, let's dive in, see what's going on today. Starting with the dollar or DXY, my opinions don't change day to day. The pattern. This is a big pattern here. It's a falling wedge. We broke out. We're doing a retest. I drew this in here. I think I drew it when this big down day occurred. It's pretty much spot on. I didn't move it. I haven't even touched it. But the dollar's up today, 0.16. You can see it there. What that is it's a retest, backtest. I'll delete that. It's a breakout, retest, and then usually you head up higher from there. So that's looks good for potential dollar strength. Now, there is some resistance ahead of us. There is a possibility that this comes down, kind of does one of these, and then falls. It could do something like that. So I can't tell you exactly what it looks like. The momentum is to the downside, and from a longer term perspective. Shorter term, we're trying to bounce. That's the real short term here. We're try to put together a bounce here. But if they're in the markets, possible that this thing could go lower if they're doing QE or something like that. But right now, with the chart the way it is, I would say that this wants to go up. 2-year yield is up slightly, 3.92%. We're right at resistance. Again, this still to me looks like it wants to go higher and and move to the upside. So 2-year looks like it wants to move higher. The DXY looks like it wants to move higher. And then the 10-year yield sitting on top of, again, the structure that it's broken out of. So wants to move higher. Not much selling pressure there. 30-year yield's the same opinion as the 10-year. It's sitting on top of a structure, wants to go higher. And that won't change until we see this put in a different structure. So I'm going to remain up for a long time till this structure changes. Even if we were to fall down here, I would still be bullish. TLT bond pricing moving up a little bit today, getting a little bit stronger. It seems like every time the 10-year hits about 4.5%, which is right in here, the Cent has come out and said they don't want rates above certain levels. And I think 4.5 is kind of that cutoff point. So it's been holding below 4.5-ish pretty well. That means what they're doing is if they do hold it below 4.5, if they do, the stock market can still go up. When we start to get around 4.5, 5% and above, it becomes a real headwind for stocks, and that's generally when stocks lose their crap. So TLT is moving up a little bit in the short term. Longer term, it still looks bearish. We're at a little bit of support from back here. The 2-year and 10-year is up 0.4%, and this looks like it wants to go higher. It looks like it wants to reinvert. And when this inverted, this back here, this gigantic inversion, that occurred with rates going up. Now, rates look like they may go up. Dollar looks like it might go up. And that makes me think that the dollar coming in the wedge, the 2 and 10 coming in a falling wedge, breaking through resistance to the upside, I mean, we could reinvert the curve and yields could go up. That's kind of what's in the back of my mind looking at all this. TYX TNX ratio, it's been just chopping around here in an upward channel. And I can extend those lines upward. Gold's down $33 an ounce. Now, is this a breakout where we get a move lower in gold? I wouldn't say that yet. Patience here. So we dipped a little bit, and it depends how you draw this. I could draw it like down here and say like we're basically on the support level. It really depends on if you use the bottoms of these candlesticks or you use the closing prices. Either way, I can also grab a rectangle here. Let me see if I can do this. I don't think that's definitely not bad. Let me see if there's a rectangle here that I can grab. Let me see if I can do it like this. No, it won't allow me to flip it upward. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Either way, but we're right at the support area, and we'll see if that support area holds or if we break lower. Now, if we start to break lower or consolidate, this could look very similar to what we did here. Lost my brush. There we go. It could consolidate sideways like this and create another larger consolidation, perhaps. That's when oil took off. Oil really took off from this point forward. So that's what I would be watching for. We could continue to go higher too if the dollar drops, but right now, is this kind of more of a topping pattern, or is it a consolidation where we break higher? We'll have to wait and see. We got to see follow through if this is going to be a break in either direction. In either direction. Silver, now silver looks good. We're down 2.29%. I mean, not today, it doesn't look good, but we're sitting above a lot of support, a lot of resistance that we trudged through. So I'm still bullish on silver until we get more selling pressure and more follow through. I'm going to remain bullish. Platinum's also getting some selling pressure. This was up into a rising wedge. It's kind of pulling back. There's still buyers there. That's why those wicks are on the bottom. But we could experience a little bit of a pullback or something like that in platinum. And, here's just a general rule of thumb. Whenever you get these vertical moves like this, a lot of the times they're going to pull back or consolidate for some period of time. So we could see a consolidation or something like this, whatever it looks like. I don't know what it looks like, but a lot of the times when you go vertical, it digests the moves. Gold had a massive move here. Massive, massive move. So could we consolidate for longer than what we have? We could. We could. But it still doesn't look bad. And it still could break higher. But usually when you get the big moves like this, I don't chase this crap, guys. I just don't. I've learned through the years that when you start to chase something that's up like this, and I'm not saying it can't go higher, I just don't do it. I would have loaded in, towards the tip or down here, wherever I could in this consolidation before the move higher. And that's what I've done. I mean, I do what I preach here. Platinum's had a pretty big move too, so we could see a consolidation. That's all I'm saying. Palladium, that's also had a pretty big move, and we're hitting some resistance here. We could consolidate on top of this before moving higher. But everything I'm telling you is just things that I've seen. It doesn't mean that the actual outcome will 100% be that outcome. Right now, this still looks bullish over time. And what this is probably is just a small consolidation here. So this is a small rising wedge, small little selling pressure, probably a retest is going on. Maybe it's already complete, and then we move higher. I don't see a gigantic big topping formation or anything like that. XAU to gold ratio, this is looking good. We're starting to break through some resistance here and start to break higher in the ratio. GDX was up today, and so was XAU, it looks like, while gold was lower. That's showing that there's positioning in some of these mining companies. Again, this is at a very low ratio, has a long runway to appreciate against gold. The gold and silver miners do. What this is this is the leverage it has against gold. That's the leverage. So if gold is going up and this ratio starts to move higher, it means that the gold and silver mining companies are doing multiples more than gold itself. GDX was up 1.18. Now, if you look at this pattern here, guys, I see this all the time. You get this big move there, big move there. So this here is like a wave one. This is like a wave 3 perhaps, and then you get this big pull, and this is wave 5 maybe coming on up. We're still in wave 5, and we could still move moving higher. Looks good to continue on up. GDXJ, there we are there. This big kind of consolidation through here, trying to work its way on up. It still looks good. We've broken through resistance and all that. And I don't see a ton of selling pressure yet. There's one big red candlestick, but the greens are still holding on. So I'm still going to remain bullish, especially with GDX looking as bullish as it is. That's a pretty bullish candlestick there. The flag pattern with a bullish engulfing. And then SILJ down a little bit. We're still underneath resistance. And we'd like to break out of this thing. That's what we'd like to do. We'd like to break out. Use this as a launching pad. We just haven't done it yet. Crude oil's down 1.45%. This is still chopping around here. A little bit of selling pressure going on today. We could see a little bit of more selling pressure. Maybe we come back down to support at 63.50 or so. But we've been chopping sideways for a good month or two here. We've got TTF gas slightly lower. Slightly lower. We've got natural gas in America slightly higher. But again, this is a bearish pattern. Come down. It's an upward facing pattern. Maybe we come down in this general area down there. That would be my guess. We got our boy XOP. Yeah, you know me, down 0.6%. Now, is this going to be some sort of consolidation? Kind of looks like it's downward facing. Downward facing consolidations are bullish. So let's wait and see what happens. Could this be kind of a shoulder, head, shoulder? Kind of looks like it might be. We'll see if that plays out. I don't see a ton of selling pressure outside of this one day right there when we hit resistance. It's been holding together. Now, that doesn't mean it will hold together. We have to see if there's follow through. And if we're going to see follow through, we'll see it come on up somewhere. OIH, it's up against some resistance, down 0.32, not big selling pressure. So if oil was going to go lower, usually you see the equities drop, and they drop rapidly. Similar to the scariness in the market there, but we haven't really seen that repeat outside of this day there. That's about it. So not a ton of selling pressure. We're holding together quite well and not much going on recently. Newcastle Coal up 2.12. That's looking pretty good. Pretty solid move. And this looks like it wants to move higher. And I've been moving around this. It's in this general area, but right there is where a lot of support is. You get a flag pattern kind of consolidation. You got a bullish engulfing there and there. There's two of them. So it looks good. It looks like it wants to try to move on up. We've got Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. This was one that had a pretty big day yesterday, and today we're getting a small little red candlestick. I call that a bloody nose. It's a small profit-taking day next to a big green candlestick, which is a bullish engulfing, and that looks like it wants to move higher from all the stuff that I've seen in history, all the quadrillion charts I've looked at. We're also sitting on top of support. So this is a breakout retest. We squeezed into that retest there with a big bullish engulfing. This looks great to go higher. Uranium futures pricing right at support. Nothing really too much going on there. Looks like it wants to try to go higher. We've got URA slightly lower today. But again, it's not a reverse candlestick, nothing like that. Up, 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 up. Uranium slightly lower today. No reversal candlestick. It's just a small red day. And then URNJ, small red day. It's a little bit more volatile, down 1.6%. Some people think that's big, but on the juniors, that's really a small down day. We're still sitting on top of all this support going across this way. It looks good. So everything's well maintained there. Nickel's up 0.5%. I think we could see a big move out of nickel soon. This is one to watch. Copper down slightly. Again, we're sitting on top of support, small red candlesticks. Think of it as a small consolidation. And then another breakout is what we'll do most likely. So that's what I see there, and we're sitting on top of the big structure. This is going to be probably a very big breakout and a big move, but it's not going to go straight up. This is the way markets move. They chop, they get impulse move, chop, impulse move, chop, the consolidation stair step pattern. COPX down 1%, but again, it's not no reversals. Looks good to go higher. Lithium's up somehow. That's showing like ultra strength. A lot of stuff was down today. Well, the overall market was kind of up, but a lot of the commodity stuff was down. This still looks like a double bottom. Looks great. To move on higher. RAMX up 0.33. Again, it looks good to go higher. Looks really solid. This could have a big move, guys. This could be like game changing if we can break this up here too. We got to get up there first. It's going to take a little bit of time. Could be something like this. But yeah, this looks really good for rare earths and lithium. Iron ore still little down day today. There's your little consolidation. It's still bullish, and we're breaking through the downtrend here. This could be another big mover here. Big move. Iron ore looks good. Nickel is very similar to this. Very similar setup. Baltic Dry Index had to set up like this too. And you know what? Baltic ships iron ore. Baltic ships coal. Coal looks good. Aluminum's still smashing its face on 2650. See? Haven't broken through yet. Patience. You gotta wait for it. Baltic Dry Index, this was Thursday, just sailing higher yesterday. Look at this. Like I said, big consolidation. 1, 2, 3. Breakout. Retest, that's where I always buy. And then sometimes it goes sideways, sometimes it slingshots. Boom, there we go. This is a slingshot move. And just because it's going up doesn't mean we continue to go up at the rate that we are. We could have consolidations. We can have flag patterns. It can consolidate for a little bit in this up move, much like this move here. So you go up, and then you consolidate in a flag. You go up, little pullbacks, and then you peak. And we've been trading around this long-term average for a pretty long time. There's that white line going across. And look, we're starting to get above that white line. It could be a big move. This is a very big pattern here. That entrance of that is generally the projection of the move. So if this is the entrance, I'll just square it up to show you. I mean, it could be something like that, where we come back to the high there. There's history. Do a move something like that. I mean, it could be a pretty big move. Emerging markets down slightly today. We did have a stronger dollar. I think what yields were mixed. But emerging markets, we're in an uptrend. No reversal candlestick. Looks fine. Moon down slightly. Again, no reversal candlestick. No follow through here. A little bit of resistance. Still looks good to go higher. KRE down slightly, 0.4%. Still looks okay. This is hanging on. If you're getting bullish or bearish, you don't get bearish with candlesticks like this. These are people coming in here and buying. So you've got support through this section there and a little bit of selling pressure up here. So we're just ping-ponging back and forth. XHB up 0.93%. Had a little bit weaker 10-year yield. That makes sense. Maybe this market is looking for lower yields. Maybe they know. Maybe the market, not the market. Maybe insiders know that lower yields may be coming. Maybe. And they're positioning in some of these that will benefit from lower yields. I don't know. We'll see. Russell's up 0.4. We've got the S&P 500 up, making all-time highs. This is where they want you to be, I think. They don't want money rotating into commodities because commodities increases the prices for everyone. So they want to absorb all this liquidity in crypto, which is an intangible asset, and they want to absorb it in the S&P and NASDAQ because the rich people will get richer, and then there's no inflation that gets seen through consumer price index and stuff like that. NASDAQ up, and then Dow Jones Transportation continues to move higher. This is a very bullish chart. Looks very good. This was just a consolidation here. This is another flag consolidation there going across. So that looks good. But we are coming up to a tight wedge pattern. And we really need to break through that resistance that's right above us. Um, the industrial's killing it. Solid day today. I like the closing on it too. See how it closed real strong? Really strong candlesticks, small selling pressure, profit taking days in here, small little consolidations. This was not a reversal. It looks good. SMCI is up 3.7. Again, this is your double bottom. 1, 2. You have downward facing patterns. Those are all bullish. Bullish signals that we are going to go higher. So yeah, this looks good to go higher. We've got NVIDIA up nosebleed territory, all-time highs basically. Bitcoin's down 1.72, but it's holding on. It had no follow through there. Still looks good to go higher, guys. This is a consolidation. Good buying pressure showed up. What that looks like on the short term, it's a double bottom. See that? Another double bottom going on right at support. So they found support there. Ethereum down 1.4% today. It's a consolidation. Looks good. Everything's holding together. Looks fine. Don't get your panties in a bundle. MicroStrategy down 2%. This has got a little bit more selling pressure here. But look for this to kind of squeeze up into a falling wedge and then look for a big up day. Maybe not that big, but look for a big up day that comes up. The VIX is down 3%. Descent's doing its job, and the PPT, plunge protection T, and everything's holding together so far. So that's what I've got for today. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Special as a coupon code if you'd like to use it. And Sundays the Q&A session at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So most everything, just to sum it up, still looks pretty good. We don't see huge selling pressure. Nothing like blowing to the downside in most sectors. And then there's some setups that look really good in iron ore, dry bulk. Coal doesn't look too bad, and yeah, there's still a lot of good setups out there that are squeezing into corners a lot. So that's what I've got, and we'll catch you next time, guys. See ya.